welcome to the show. How are you doing? How are you feeling?
I'm good, and I want to follow the line of my brother there. Oba Tokbe.
He said, Guatro. All right, so we're going to go straight to the question, and I think I would in this Accord party, and what does this mean to the party and this current ruckus that has occurred? What do you feel, or what do you analyze about the whole issue?
Yeah, thank you very much for that question. I want to send my greetings to the good people of Edo State, wherever they are watching this program. And then the people of Osun State, who are the focus of this discussion this evening. I want to say that the incumbent governor has found himself in a kind of, a cliffhanger, like one of the national dailies, reported today. So as a neutral observer, I will just speak from a non-partisan, contest.
Of course.
It was very clear to discerning analysts that it was going to be really difficult for the governor of Osun State, His Excellency Senator Ademola Adeleke, to contest the August 8, 2026 Osun State election under the platform of the PDP, from which he became governor in the year 2022. So, of course, we know the issues that have bedeviled the People's Democratic Party since the last presidential and general election that we had in Nigeria in 2023. So, I think that is what has put Senator Ademola Adeleke in this precarious situation, and then he opted to join another political party. Feelers that we were getting as, strategists, analysts, and experts was that he was looking at the All Progressives Congress, APC, but it wasn't going to be. And then he eventually settled for the Accord Party. And the primary election was duly conducted on the 10th of December 2025. Delegates, about 150, came from the 30 local government areas of Osun State. And then INEC even observed the primaries. But we were surprised on Saturday to now find out that another faction led by Chris Imumole conducted another parallel primary on Saturday. And again, this brings to fore the nature of politics that is practiced in Nigeria, where people cannot reach agreement, they cannot reach consensus. And it's very sad where the situation is. And for the Accord Party, I think they need to really handle this issue very well so that they can all work together as a team. Because as it is often said, a house divided against itself cannot stand.
All right, very well said. But let me come back to the Accord Party. What does the Electoral Act say about party primaries, and how does this situation measure up legally?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think just like what my brother in the studio there is saying, Governor Adeleke seems to be in the right so far, so good, but depending on how the card will play out. If you look at the Electoral Act 2022, as it is, I think there shouldn't be any problem for the incumbent governor, going by the letter of the law, and going by the Accord Party regulations, another legal requirement, because INEC, from the report we have, all evidence, INEC and other observers were there on the 10th of December to observe the primaries, where Senator Ademola Adeleke was returned as the gubernatorial candidate for the Accord Party. So standing on the Electoral Act 2022, I think Adeleke would definitely have a smooth say. But knowing how politics is, and they always say a day is like 1,000 years. You never know. I believe maybe the Chris Imumole, and then the gentleman that is saying is also the governorship candidate, Clement Bamigbola and the others, maybe they just want some discussions and some internal discussions to take place. They just want to draw the attention of His Excellency Senator Ademola Adeleke. And of course, in politics, some of these discussions, they don't just go empty-handed. So I believe it's a case of what's in it for me. Exactly. That is what I believe is going to play out. But looking at the Electoral Act, I think the Accord Party, they've played their card very well. And to be honest, Adeleke resigned from the PDP more than a month ago. Yes. And there have been a lot of consultations going on from what we hear from people who have on ground in Osun State. So it should be smooth sailing for Governor Adeleke, but they still need to have a consultation to resolve this kind of phantom functional issue.
I want to throw this one now, and it's an open question, but I'll start with you, Tony. Well, one of the grounds for disqualification from INEC is non-compliance with internal party democracy. Now, does the Accord in any way, or this situation happening in the Accord, does it weaken the standing with INEC or put them in any, would I say, odd position, especially with INEC?
I think, yeah, in this case, I don't really think there's going to be any weakening on the side of the Osun State Accord Party. Like my brother there said just now, even the national executive of the party, they are with Senator Ademola Adeleke. They were all there. In fact, the party flag was handed over to Senator Ademola Adeleke by the national chairman himself, Barrister Igbudum. So I think looking at the Electoral Act and what needed to be done, notification, observation, I think they are in order. The Accord Party are in order. So I don't think there will be any problem. But like I said, it's a kind of a child crying and just needing attention. That is what I see.
Interests, I would say, a different interest, I'll put that in quote, coming from different parties. How does this development and many others which have transpired just this year reflect the state of internal democracy within smaller political parties in Nigeria, and not just smaller political parties, generally as a whole?
Yeah, thank you, Sato Ahmed, for this question. And it's very germane when we look at democratic evolution, of our country, Nigeria. Since 1999, we have been, a democratic nation. So, and when you calculate till now, that is about 26 years. So next year to be 27 years. I think party discipline has been an issue. And it does not really augur well for our democracy. So for me, I would just send a plea to our politicians. They should play politics with a human face and understand that political parties, they are institutions. So when you look at democracies in other parts of the world, even look at our neighbors in Ghana, where you have the NPP and the NDP. Those are two strong political parties they have there, and other parties. You go to South Africa, the same thing. You have a few strong political parties. So political parties are institutions with ideology. Yeah. So I think our politicians, political elites should begin to see political parties as serious business and allow it grow. Okay? Because the way the PDP has imploded in the last 2 years, it beggars belief. Nobody saw this coming. And now we have the APC as a very big political party in Nigeria. So people are also looking at that. And it's not looking good for our politicians. They need to be able to know that sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Yeah. Because what some of us observers have seen with our political elite is that it has to be them, and if it's not them, then let the house just crumble and let it be burnt down. And that is what has led to the collapse of the People's Democratic Party today. So it's high time our politicians know that Yes, the political party is a vehicle that takes you to power, but that vehicle, you need to keep it lubricated, you need to keep it mechanized, you need to keep it going, so that you don't just finish your tenure like some of them are doing. And then look at a lot of politicians in the PDP now. The reason most of them are leaving, that they are not even sure if they contest. Look at the governor of Enugu State. Look at I think it was yesterday, the governor of Taraba, Delta State Governor, Bayelsa State Governor. So you can go on and on. So they are leaving the party because the PDP, their house is not in order. And Ademola Adeleke, the same thing as well. So, and to be fair, although people are accusing the APC of a push towards a one-party state, but when you look at it, to be fair, this is politics. They have to benefit in one way or the other from what is happening. And to be honest, I think the APC, and to just a little extent now, the Accord Party has benefited from this. So, like you see, my brother there, I say now in the studio, this is a divine kind of arrangement. So, Accord Party now, they now have a governor from their political party.
Yeah. So we'll be running off shortly, but this, what you've seen the Accord do, is there any sort of examples other political parties can take? Are there any things also that the way they handle the situation, do you agree with, with what is going on, or are there things that they could have done better?
Yeah, I think considering the time that the Osun State Governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, resigned from the PDP, and where he was in negotiations trying to look for where he will fly his flag for the next election next year, I think the Accord team, they've have been very opportunistic. I think they've taken the opportunity that have come their way, and I think they have embraced Senator Adeleke.
Yes.
It's just opportunistic. So, and I wouldn't blame them. And like our brother said just now, kind of a divine arrangement for them. This is something that has come to the Accord Party in Osun State on a platter of gold. So, congratulations to them.
Thank you very much, Tony.
Like I was telling a friend.
Thank you very much, Tony. I've spoken well.
The election is going to be a very tough one. So I think they have to prepare for that.
All right, I think we'll look forward to that. But I'll say thank you very much, gentlemen, for availing yourself this evening to discuss this matter. It's been all over the news, and we needed to get to the bottom of it. Thank you. All right, so we have more stories to get to, which is